In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on September 11, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. New Orleans Saints vs. Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons play host to the New Orleans Saints on Sunday afternoon in the season opener for both teams from Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The divisional rivals both have different expectations for the season, but there's no doubt that this could be an interesting matchup. Last season, the two teams split the season series, with the road team winning each matchup. Overall, though, the Saints have won 7 of the last 10 meetings between the two sides, and even though they'll hit the road in this one, they won't be daunted against a familiar opponent. Atlanta is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall and 38-14 against the spread in their last 52 road games, while the over is 7-1 in their last 8 Week 1 matchups. Atlanta is 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 home games and 0-3-1 against the spread in their last 4 games overall, while the over is 6-2 in their last 8 division games. These teams are headed in opposite directions. The Saints opened the season 5-2 before Winston got hurt, and they will finally get Pro Bowl receiver Michael Thomas back as well. The Saints' defense has talent at all 3 levels, and the addition of Matthews should obviously help them as well. The Saints are under the radar since they don't have a top-level quarterback, but this roster is good enough to contend, and Kamara may avoid suspension for his off-the-field incident over the summer. Ritter will get a chance to start at some point, but it's clear Atlanta is tanking for a quarterback in what is supposed to be a strong quarterback class in next year's draft. Atlanta has some nice pieces in London and Pitts, but the Falcons' overall roster is one of the worst rosters in the league. I'm not high at all on Marcus Mariota as the QB1 in Atlanta, and despite having some solid skill players offensively, I don't expect there to be a ton of success in the ATL this season. I didn't think I'd say this about Jameis Winston, but he looked solid in what we saw from him in a Saints uniform last season, and this Saints defense is still legit. I believe that the Saints win this one by at least a touchdown, so the New Orleans Saints to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both meetings last season saw at least 50 points scored, and considering the weapons the Saints have added and have come back, they should move the ball and put up points with ease. For the Falcons, garbage time points could be their go-to this season, but Mariota is experienced and brings a dual threat ability that should see them find success from time to time throughout the night. Additionally, the over is 7-1 in the last 8 season openers for the Saints and 4-1 in their last 5 games on grass. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Francisco 49ers vs. Chicago Bears. The San Francisco 49ers travel to the Windy City to open the season as they take on the Chicago Bears on Sunday afternoon. This year will officially be the start of the Trey Lance era in San Francisco as the Niners hand over the quarterbacking duties to the second-year pro. For the Bears, they welcome a new coach in Matt Eberflus, the former DC of the Colts, and he will oversee the continued development of their second-year quarterback, Justin Fields. Both teams will look to get off to a fast start in 2022. The 49ers are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 road games and 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Bears are 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 home games and 3-9 against the spread in their last 12 games overall. The under is 7-1 in 49ers' last 8 games overall. The under is 20-7 in Bears' last 27 home games. The road team is 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 meetings. While neither team I am in full bloom love with due to their quarterback situation, it should not go as a shock that the San Francisco 49ers are the better team. The Chicago defense looks to be breaking down a bit as they have traded away from a strength, and linebacker Roquan Smith is asking for a trade plus losing Allen Robinson to free agency offensively. The 49ers have guys like Deebo Samuel and Elijah Mitchell that could do well offensively to help Trey Lance. The road team has covered the spread in 5 of the last 6 games against one another. This is a lot of points to lay with a road team in the first game of the season when we're still feeling bailing teams out. Truth is, we don't know what to expect from any team when it's a new season. That being said, the Chicago Bears are one of those teams I have no confidence in because of the offensive line issues and the lack of offensive weapons. Unless things happen out of thin air, I have a hard time seeing the Bears have offensive success this season. The San Francisco 49ers are a more than respectable side and have the pieces to give the Bears fits. So the San Francisco 49ers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Bears' offense is most definitely a work in progress, and Fields has a very limited number of weapons. He will be hard-pressed to score more than a touchdown in this game. The Niners will dictate play with advantages on both the offensive and defensive lines. San Francisco will run the ball early and often and control time of possession. I fully expect a comfortable Rams domination in this one that keeps the Bears under 14 points. Patience is indeed the key word for the Bears, and the changes won't be felt till later on in this season. Trey Lance and Justin Fields have not shown the ability to throw the ball accurately throughout the entire course of the game. That means a lot more running plays are going to be called, and having both David Montgomery and Elijah Mitchell on the field for their respective teams, there will be a good amount of running plays, and the clock is going to run out due to it. Neither defense was able to force too many turnovers last season, as they are both in the bottom half of the sport, as San Francisco forced 20 turnovers while Chicago had 16 total turnovers on the defensive side of things. The under has hit in the last 4 49ers games as a favorite, as well as in 20 of the previous 27 Bears home games. In this game, it'll be a dominating affair by the more talented 49ers. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Cincinnati Bengals. It is a new era in Pittsburgh, as, for the first time since 2004, the Steelers will no longer have Ben Roethlisberger under center. Instead, the Steelers will turn to former Bears first-round draft pick Mitch Trubisky as the #1 signal caller, while being backed up by their 2022 first-round pick Kenny Pickett. The Bengals come into 2022 with sky-high expectations after coming within a winning drive of capturing the franchise's first Super Bowl title in 2021. Quarterback Joe Burrow is back, along with his trusted witty-out Jammer Chase and a host of other offensive weapons that make the Bengals one of the favorites to return to the Super Bowl in 2022. One of the marquee matchups of Week 1 in the 2022 campaign pits the Pittsburgh Steelers against the AFC North rival Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday afternoon at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The Bengals famously made a surprise run to the Super Bowl last season, but don't forget that the Steelers did well to make the playoffs. Pittsburgh did so even though Ben Roethlisberger was still under center despite being a shadow of his former self. It is true that Mitchell Trubisky is nothing special, but Trubisky in his prime is still an upgrade over a 39-year-old Roethlisberger. Moreover, Trubisky has weapons at his disposal like Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Pat Freiermuth, and Najee Harris. The Steelers even added George Pickens via the draft to add to their wide receiver core. The former North Carolina has every reason to be a serviceable quarterback in Pittsburgh. Cincinnati should be a good team in 2022, but its price is inflated because of last season's AFC title, and it's never easy, especially in the early stages, of going from the hunter to the hunted. Pittsburgh is 7-3 against the spread in its last 10 against the AFC, 4-1 against the spread in its last 5 against the AFC North, 35-15-2 against the spread in its last 52 as an underdog, and 16-5-2 against the spread in its last 23 trips to Cincinnati. The Bengals are 10-21-1 in the last 32 meetings between the two teams. In a season-opening rivalry game between two teams who generally wage competitive head-to-head contest, I am not prepared to give up this many points, so the Pittsburgh Steelers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Trubisky is pretty much a game manager under center, and that is likely what Pittsburgh will ask him to do in Week 1. Expect a steady diet of handoffs to Najee Harris and quick passes, all of which will keep the clock moving. It should also be noted that there is a better than 60% chance of scattered thunderstorms on Sunday, which would obviously hinder the efforts of the two offenses. The under is 5-1 in the Steelers' last 6 against the AFC North and 43-18-1 in their last 62 on the road. It is also 5-0 in the Bengals' last 5 overall and 4-0 in their last 4 against the AFC. Additionally, the under is 5-2-1 in the last 8 head-to-head matchups. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.